Hi there, my name is Justice Carstens, and today I want to share a few secrets with you on how to attain and become a happy person. You know, we all really want to be happy. Ask the poorest man, ask the richest person in the world, and they will all tell you the thing that they desire the most is just to be happy. Money doesn't bring happiness, poverty doesn't bring happiness. If poverty brings happiness, the poor people would be happy. If money brought happiness, the rich people would be happy. Happiness does not come from the outside inward. It goes from the inside outward. And this is what I want to share with you today at this time. God wants you to be happy. He said that I want you to have a hope and a future. Jesus said, I have come so that you can have life and have it more abundantly. So literally, from God's perspective, He wants you to be happy. But what is the main reason why we are not happy at the moment? We normally are unhappy because we play the blame game. What is the blame game? It's when you blame everybody else for the situation that is round about you. You know, the situation that we are in at the moment. It's easy to blame somebody else, because if we blame other people, it absolves us from taking responsibility for anything. And we make them the culprits for making us unhappy. So literally, if we play the blame game, we will always be unhappy. It's easy to blame the government. It's easy to blame the economy. It's easy to blame the weather. It's easy to blame other negative people. Keep on doing this and you will forever be unhappy. Just think now, even right there where you are. If you think of a situation round about you, if you blame other people, how do you feel on the inside? Don't you feel unhappy? Don't you feel that this is not right? Fact of the matter is this: while you are pointing fingers at other people, it is you that suffers the most. And you are the one that is unhappy. What is the situation? Life happens. Earthquake happens. Storms happen. Life happens to us all, good and bad. It happens to us. It is how we react to this that matters. If you want to have a great life ahead, it is important what I'm going to share with you for the next 90 days. Yes, 90, not 19. If you do this for the next 90 days, your life will become infinitely better. Therefore, if you want to have a better quality life, and you must start to do quality things for this life. For you to have a quality life, you need to start improving yourself in the areas that you want to have the quality life. If you want to have a better spiritual life, you must start reading spiritual books. You know, you could even read the Bible for a change. That might help. But if you want to have a better life at work and your business, start reading books that will help you and equip you to become better at what you are doing at work. If you've got relationship problems, start reading books that helps you in relationships, how to have better relationships. We cannot change the circumstances, but we can change ourselves and the things we do within those circumstances that we are in. I like that scripture in 2 Timothy chapter 2, where it says, do your best to present yourself to God as one approved, a workman who does not need to be ashamed and who correctly handles the word of truth. How do we study for a better spiritual life? Read the Bible. The Bible has got much to say about having a better spiritual life. Read books. Do you know to have a doctor's degree, You must have read at least something like about 50 books and have a working knowledge about those 50 books. You must also look at other people and copy them and see what they are doing. Associate yourself with them. Get a mentor in the area that you are interested in, because those mentors would be able to teach you much about the life ahead. Where are you today? The situation that you are in today. The situation that you are in today is because of the decisions that you've made up to now, and that has caused you to become the person that you are. You need to start taking the blame for the situation that you are. Not the economy, not the government, not other people. If you change inside of you, things will change outside of you. Jim Rohn said this: if you want to have more, you must become more. He also said this: don't wish it were easier, become better. He said, don't wish for less problems, learn more skills. We need to change the inside to affect the outside. When you look at Jesus and how he viewed the Pharisees and the teachers of the law, and he said about them in Matthew chapter 23, he says, you are like whitewashed tombs, which looks beautiful on the outside, but on the inside are full of dead man's bones and everything unclean. He also said to them in the verses up to that, he says, woe to you, teachers of the law and Pharisees, you hypocrites! You clean the outside of the cup and dish, but on the inside you are full of greed and self-indulgence. Blind Pharisee, first clean on the inside of the cup and dish, and then the outside will also become clean. What we need to do is we must stop giving time. We must start adding value. Just imagine this. Don't give time in your relationships, but add value in your relationships. Don't give time in church. Give value in church. What do we normally do in church? The Bible tells us there in 1 Corinthians chapter 14, it says, when you come together, everyone has a hymn or a word of instruction, a revelation, a tongue or interpretation. All of these must be done for the strengthening of the church. But what do we do at church? We arrive in church just in time to get to our normal seat. We sit down, we sing a few songs, we say a few prayers, we give some money, and then we listen to a sermon, and then we sing another song and we go home. What value did you add to the church that day, other than filling your seat and that the pastor will see you in the church? If we start giving value, then things will change around about us. You know, at work, don't give your time at work. Don't go to work at 8 o'clock and you do nothing all day and you clock out at 5 o'clock. No. If you go to work, instead of going to work and to be there at time at work, why don't you add value at the work? Your boss will start to notice you. At sport, don't sort of just come there, give your time at sport. Add value at your sport that you do. In order to have more, you must become more. Just imagine this. If you will add value to your relationships right now, don't you think that your relationship will become much better? At church, at sport, at work, wherever. But just imagine this. If you double your value in your relationships, at church, at work, at your sport, at whatever you do, if you double your value to your friends, don't you think that they will value you more? Do you think your wife or your husband will want to leave you? Don't you think that your children will want to appreciate you more because of the value that you add in those relationships? But imagine, instead of doing it double, adding value. You now add triple value to your relationships. Don't you think that will change your life? You know, when I think of people going to work, and I see this so oftentimes when I go to the supermarkets, you see the person sitting behind a till, or somebody packing the racks over there. You look at them and you think, you know, phew, those people are doing whatever they're doing because they're getting paid for it. But do you know that that what they are doing might be entry-level salary? And they are oftentimes willing to do this for the rest of their lives. And they really don't get much of a life outside of them. Your minimum salary should not bother you at all. Because you need to use that minimum salary, that work that you're doing, not as the work that you are doing, but in your mind you must have it as a stepping stone to greater things. Because if it is a stepping stone, you will get for the next level, you'll get more money. And the next level, you get more money. And the next level, you get more money. Because what is happening, you are staying where you are. But if you don't want to better yourself, you'll stay at the bottom rung of the ladder, and basically that is a pitiful way to live. You won't grow because you're not more valuable. Because all till operators work at a certain salary. Those people that sweep the streets, they work at a certain salary. And their salary doesn't really increase all that much. But you can make the change in whatever place you are in life. If you are in your average middle management, if you are management, if you are top management, don't stay there. Go for more. Climb the ladder. Get to the top. You can't get rich by demands. You know what happens when these people, they demand more money and they demand more this and so forth. Do you think that those people become richer, really? No, they don't, because they don't add more value. Because if they added more value to where they are, they will grow up higher. You see, you need to start working harder on yourself than even at work. Because if you work harder on you, you will start growing and you will add more value. So you need to start working harder on yourself to become more valuable as a Christian, as a husband or as a wife, as a father or as a mother, as a friend, as a child. If you work harder on yourself to develop the skills that you need to become more, and if you work harder on yourself and you refine that which you have done in your life to become more, then you will become more, and eventually you will become much higher. People will not want to lose you. I'm reminded of this one lady. She was working at the hairdressing shop, and she was really one of the most sought after hairdressers in that salon. And in the end, what happened was that she was doing her work and she was making a good income, but the salon owner was really the one that was coining it big time. So this lady thought, you know, I think I need to become a salon owner. So she started looking around, and eventually she found a salon for sale, and so she went and she bought the salon. Took out a loan at the bank, and she bought the salon, and she gave her boss. She gave her and said to her, sorry, I'm leaving. I'm starting my own salon. The boss said to her, why didn't you talk to me before? I could have made you a partner. See, the thing is this. Once you have equipped yourself, the options widen. You can do so much more. You can become more as well. The thing is, when you become more, there are certain things that you cannot change. You cannot change the sun. You cannot change the sea. You cannot change the rain. There are certain things that is impossible to change. then you cannot even change people. Because if you try to change people, they will sense that you're trying to change them, and they will resent it. And they will give you a hard time. You can try to manipulate people, but they will know that, and eventually they will leave you behind. The thing is, where do you need to add value? You need to grow. The place where you can add value first is in yourself and in your own life. That you can become a better Christian. That you can become a better husband, a better wife. You can become a better father. You can become a better worker at work. You can become a better sportsman. If you start working inside of you, things will happen for the better outside of you. If you become a better worker, don't you think that your boss and your work and your organization will want to keep you? All right, I'm winding down. The thing is, what we need to start doing at the moment, you can start taking notes and you can maybe even watch this again, is that you need to look at your own philosophy in life. What is it that you really believe? Then you also got to look at your own attitude to life. Who of you like being with a negative person all the time? You know, it's their fault and it's that, and you feel that niggly feeling inside of you. If you have been that person up to now, why don't you become the better person? Change your attitude. You must also work on your own personality. It's much nicer to laugh than to cry. You must work on your language. Instead of using foul language, bad language, why don't you start looking at yourself and say, hey, I'm going to speak quality language from now. If you use bad language, how does that really make you feel? You know that you've done wrong. You don't enjoy that. But if you now start using a quality language, you will feel better about yourself already. Work on the gift of communication. Learn how to communicate with others. Work on your abilities to do better at work, to do better at church, to do better in your family, to do better in your relationships. And I will say to you, if you start making that a concerted effort to make and affect these personal changes within you, the world will change round about you. All right, guys, my name is Justice Carstens. Thank you for staying up to the end. If you want to know more, by all means, leave me a message and I will get back to you. I read all my messages, so please leave me a message and I will get back to you. God bless you.